Hi, welcome to Yoga with Amber Kleid. My name is Amber, of course, and today we're going to be doing a slow flow. If you enjoy this practice, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or give me a comment. I love to hear what you think about the class, and I will always reply. So today, all you're going to need is a set of blocks if you like to use them, and maybe a blanket for a little bit of knee comfort, because we are going to be on our knees for a few moments doing some breath work and some flow work. So if that will make you feel comfortable, go ahead and pause this and grab yourself a blanket if you don't already have one. And then please meet me here in easy pose, Sukasana, or you can sit any way that feels comfortable in your body. I always like to say that I like to sit up on a block. It lets my pelvis tilt forward a little bit and it relaxes my legs. I have really tight hamstrings, so it just feels more comfortable in my body, and I can also get a nice taller spine. But if that doesn't feel good to you, then you don't have to sit on the block. You can also sit on a blanket or just on the floor. And so I'd like to ask you to find a nice tall spine, connect to your center, to your core by drawing the low belly into the spine, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, letting the chin be parallel to the floor. And if it feels comfortable to you, please go ahead and take a few moments and just close your eyes. And we're just going to breathe together for a few moments. So just breathing in through the nose and releasing through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Releasing through the nose. This time, big breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Last time, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Releasing anything that you're letting any expectations take over for. It is the holidays while I'm filming this, so sometimes they can lead to a little bit more stress, a little bit more things to do, and I invite you today to just let that go. And if you're watching this and it's not the holidays, if there's something that is weighing heavy on your heart or on your shoulders, I want to give you the permission to release that for the time that we are here together, and just give yourself some space, surrender to what is, and just allow your breath and your body to flow with ease and pleasure. If you'd like, you can draw your palms together at heart space, and you can set an intention for today. And our intention as we come to our yoga mats is something heartfelt. It's not something to check off your list. It's not necessarily even a goal that you're trying to set, but it's more of just being in the present, being kind, being compassionate, and being open to what can happen. So please take a couple of breaths here and just allow whatever it is to flow into your mind and your heart. And often that first thought is the best thought. And when you are ready, I invite you with your palms together to take a nice deep inhale and lift the fingertips up to the sky. And on your exhale, soften the shoulders down, kind of relax them down the back. We're still connected to our core. We want to hold the integrity in our spine. Let's take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're just going to dip our fingers off to the right. We're going to let our left hip fall to the ground, and we're going to make space in the side body. If it feels good as you're holding into your core, you can roll your left shoulder back just a little bit and maybe gaze to the ceiling. See how that feels. And then on an exhale, come back to center. Take a nice deep inhale here. Connect to that core and release to your left. On an inhale, you can open up the right shoulder back just a little bit more. And you might feel or find that it's a very tiny movement. It's not a big movement at all. And one side might feel a little different than the other. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just roll that shoulder forward. If you didn't roll the shoulder back, stay where you are, releasing the breath, and then inhale as we come back to center. Go ahead and clasp the hands, press the palms up towards the sky, and discover a stretch through the forearms, through the fingers. And as you exhale, your next exhale, go ahead and rotate your finger or your wrists and your fingers, I guess, all the way to the floor. Very good. Let's take an inhale. Let's roll the shoulders to the ears. And we'll exhale, rolling the shoulders back. Let's do that 2 more times. Shoulders to ears, not ears to shoulders. Exhale, shoulders come back. And on this last one, let's hug them up. And then as you exhale, hug those shoulder blades together so we spread across the collarbones. And relax, give the shoulders a little shake. Let's go ahead and go the opposite direction. So we're going to lift our shoulders and forward roll this time. Release the breath. Lift those shoulders to the ears. Forward roll. Release the breath. One more time, bringing those shoulders to the ears and forward roll. Relax. Go ahead and shake those shoulders out. Bring your palms to your knees or your thighs. We're going to take a nice deep inhale and we're going to exhale and rotate to our right. You can take your left hand, place it on the inside of your left knee. Right hand can rest on the upper part of your right thigh or wherever feels comfortable. We still want to connect a little bit to our core here, and we want to draw the right shoulder back gently. We're not bullying our spine to twist. We're being very gentle, being mindful, and since this is the first time we're twisting, we're just taking a few breaths here and really allowing ourselves to kind of settle into the shape. Excellent. Take a nice deep inhale when you're ready. And then as you exhale, you're just going to slowly and softly come back to center. Maybe take a breath here. Then let's breathe in deeply. And let's rotate to the left. So left shoulder moves back, right hand comes to the inside of the right leg, and maybe a little press here. We're soft in the shoulders, we're connected to our core. And, we can look over our left shoulder if that feels good, getting a little stretch in the neck. Very good. One more breath here. Take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, slowly rotate yourself back to center. Let's go ahead and come on to all fours. And this is where our blanket is going to come in handy here. So bring your knees to your blanket. And we're going to bring our hands down to the ground. We're going to rest our wrists underneath our shoulders. And we're going to play here with a couple of cat-cows, and then we're going to find a little bit more movement. So breathing in, dropping the belly down, gaze comes forward, hips lift. You feel those sits bones spread. And then as you exhale, hugging the low belly in, we're rounding through the spine, shoulders and head become relaxed as we press through the palms, broadening the backs of the shoulders. And then inhale, coming into cow. And exhale here, dropping your head rounding into cat. And then inhale, dropping into cow. And this time we're gonna exhale and partially round, but we're gonna drop our hips back, walk our hands forward just a little bit, and come into kind of an active child's pose here. And we're gonna exhale, dropping our forehead down towards the floor. And then we're gonna press into either the tops of the feet, or you can turn your toes under, so you're pressing into your toes. You'll discover what feels best to you. We're going to press our legs into the ground. And when we do that, I would like you to connect to your glute muscles, so your butt muscles. And we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to lift our hands, and we're going to come up onto our knees. So we're connecting all along our posterior chain here, strengthening the glutes. We're connecting to our core here as well, lifting the hands up, big breath in, and we're going to exhale, bring the hands down, find your tabletop position. Good. Breathing in, find your cow, and exhale, find your child's pose. Walk the hands out just a little bit more, let your breath fully be expelled. Press into the feet, connect to your glutes, lift, 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 lift. Reach up, spreading fingertips and getting a nice little stretch through our belly. And then exhale, here we go, back down onto tabletop, nice and controlled. Taking a nice deep breath in, dropping the belly down. And reaching the hands out, exhaling into our child's pose, breathing out fully, connecting to our low body and lifting, lifting, lifting. Here we go. And exhale, float back down. Wonderful. All right. So we're going to stay here in tabletop for just a moment. We're going to move into bird dog, and bird dog's really good for the left and right brains. It's really good for balance, good for core, just a really well-rounded shape. So we're going to hug into our low belly. We're going to press into the palms of our hands, and we're going to let our shoulders kind of creep down towards our ribs, right on the side of the body. Let our tailbone be relaxed. We're going to reach back with our right foot. And we're going to keep our hips flat across our low back. And if you feel you need to adjust your hands so you're not dumping into one more than the other, please do. And then if you feel comfortable, go ahead and reach out with that left hand. And we're going to hold here for just a second. And notice if your low back feels a little tense, and you might be dropping your belly down if that's the case. And I'd love for you to kind of hug in that low belly just a little bit more and see if pulling that back can help with that low back pressure. So pressing through the heel, reaching through the fingertips. If this is good for you, if this is feels nice and like you're getting a nice little core workout here, great. If it's in your practice, go ahead and reach back, grab that foot, and we'll take a little shoulder stretch here. You can lift the toes away from you and get a nice little quad stretch as well. Still hugging in that low belly, opening up to breath. One more nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to reach our fingers and toes out, and then everybody's just going to go ahead and come on down. All right, let's go ahead and try the opposite side. So we set up our foundation just like we talked about, hugging that low belly, reaching the left leg back this time, and then reaching forward with the right fingertips. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths here, really noticing our strength, our core, seeing or feeling the length between the fingertips and the heel. Maybe you can sense a line all the way down the arm, down the spine, over your booty, and down the leg to the heel. Finding that sense of connection. And then when you're ready, if it's in your practice, reach back, go ahead and grab that ankle and find that gentle lift. Reaching the right shoulder up and back just a little bit more. Connecting to that hamstring. Keeping the left arm nice and strong, finding your breath. We're not holding. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly release and come on down to the ground. Go ahead and swing the hips from side to side. Got a little bit of organic movement here. Find your breath. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands out forward, and we're going to come into our downward facing dog. Turning your toes under, we're going to make a little journey of this. It's my favorite part of downward dog is getting into it. So pressing into the palms, letting your booty kind of sink back towards your heels. Peel your knees up nice and slow. And just sensing into the back of the legs. How are they feeling today? Are they feeling tight? Do they feel nice and loosey-goosey? Are you able to hug in that low belly and really lift up through the hips, maybe straightening out the legs? Don't worry if you can't. Knees can be bent. And then walk your dog, dropping the heels to the floor. Your fingertips should be nice and wide. They're pressing gently into the ground, maybe even a little bit more pressure in that thumb pad and your pointer finger. Let your triceps kind of roll in, almost as if they want to pinch your nose, and we broaden through the back of the shoulders. Chest moves a little bit towards your knees, but I don't want you to really drop down and just kind of let your chest, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want it to get loosey-goosey. I want you to still have control because we've got to protect that shoulder girdle. So don't just let it drop completely. Be in control. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop that left heel down. We're going to breathe in, reach the right foot to the sky, find a little bit of rotation in the ankle, dropping the left heel down to the ground just a little bit more, taking one more breath here. Let your neck relax. Nice deep inhale, and on your exhale, we're going to sweep that right foot forward, pressing it into the ground. And we're going to maybe shift our stance here a little bit onto a railroad track, not a balance beam. Right foot on the right railroad track, left foot on the left railroad track. Take a nice deep inhale, and we're going to come into our high lunge. Soften the shoulders on the exhale. You've got it. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you do, press into the sole of the front foot and lift, straightening out the legs. Your back heel is going to lift. You're going to get a nice little stretch through the back foot there. And then as we exhale, we're going to come down, hugging elbows to waist, and your shoulder blades are going to come together. So we're opening up our heart space, offering up a little bit of surrender here, maybe even a little bit of humility, and then breathing in and up, stretching fingertips to the sky, straightening the legs, hugging in the low belly. Exhale, surrender and open. Inhale, breathing up. Exhale. Good. This time we're going to breathe in and up, bring those palms together. Legs are straight here. We're going to exhale. We're going to drop into a bent knee. Arms are still high. Take another deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to find our twist. So little prayer twist if that feels good in the body, or you can just twist off to the side. It is totally up to you. So if you have your elbow resting on your thigh, and I'm talking left elbow, right thigh, press into the palms. Right elbow reaches to the sky, left heel reaches back. Pressing into the sole of the front foot, making sure our weight is more in our heel than in our toes, and we breathe. Maybe looking up at the ceiling feels good to you. Try it, see if it fits. If not, just go ahead and look back down. One more breath. From here, we're just going to drop our back knee. Relax the toes, staying in our pose here. And then we're just going to take our right hand and we're going to wrap it around our low back. And we're going to take our left hand and just kind of press it to the outside of the right thigh. And you can let your spine come a little bit longer here. One more breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and round forward and drop your booty back, straightening out your front leg, coming into our half splits. Getting a nice little stretch through the calf, through our hamstrings. Let's point and flex if that feels good to you. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and bring both hands on the inside of the right leg. We're going to swing that right leg back, and we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. So pressing the palms into the ground again. Make it a journey, not a destination as you move into your downward facing dog. Oh, speaking of which, my neighbor's dogs are chatting a little bit outside. Lifting the booty up nice and high. And while we're here, let's go ahead and take 3 breaths together. So pause if you are walking your dog. Hug in that low belly. Check into the arms. Make sure that we've got the shoulder girdle nice and secure. And we're going to take a nice deep breath, and we're going to lift our heels up. And as we exhale, relax the heels down. That is it. Breathing in and up, lifting the heels. If you want, you can incorporate lion's breath. As you exhale, breathing in and up, lifting the heels. And last time, let it go. All right, anchoring down that right heel, let's breathe the left leg up. Go ahead and rotate through your ankle. Let's drop that right heel just a little bit more. Make sure we're not dumping into one shoulder more than the other. And then take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to float that left foot forward. Get yourself set up on those railroad tracks once again. Making sure that our knee is above our ankle. We're not dipping forward. If you feel more weight in your toes, you need to pull your knee back. Otherwise, you're putting too much pressure on the knee. And then when you're ready, let's breathe in and up. Exhale, soften the shoulders. And here we go, breathing in, straightening out the legs, lifting the fingertips, exhaling, hugging those shoulder blades together, elbows towards the waist. Inhale, breathing up. And exhale, again, we surrender so we can receive. Breathing in and up. And exhale down. Let's breathe up. Bring those palms together. And as you exhale, bend into that front leg. Take another deep breath in when you're ready. And as you exhale, you're going to go ahead and make your way into that prayer twist, or just into a nice little twist here to the side. And we'll take a few breaths here. Palms are together if you were in prayer. Left elbow reaches to the sky. Perhaps you gaze up. If that's not comfortable, gaze forward, or you can take your gaze to the ground. Notice how strong your legs are supporting you. And then when you're ready, we're going to drop that back knee. And we're going to take our left hand behind our back this time. And we're going to bring our right hand to the outside of our knee and kind of straighten up through the spine. Still connected through our low belly. Relaxed in the shoulders. Take another deep inhale. We're going to exhale and release our hips all the way back so we can find our half Hanuman, our stretch here through the hamstring and calves. Point and flex if that feels good to you. And then go ahead and bring the left hand on the inside of the left leg. Rock the left leg back. And go ahead and open up the knees. Bring those big toes together. We're going to sink the hips back. And we're just going to come into a child's pose. Nestle in here. Soften the forehead to the ground. Maybe you rested on a block or a blanket. Allow your belly to fill with gratitude and breath. And this is where I leave you today. You can stay here and rest for a few more breaths if you'd like. Or if you're ready, you can press your palms into the ground and slowly roll yourself up. And maybe just come into a seat. And just for maybe 5 breaths, let's go ahead and sit and just breathe together. And you can do this in child's pose. Just noticing how the body feels now that you've taken a few moments of a little activeness and a little bit of rest. Softening the skin around your eyes, relaxing the jaw. On your next exhale, soften the shoulders back and away from the ears. Notice how the belly and the chest fill with breath. Thank you so very much for being a part of my day. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Thank you.